Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move this week. I'm Amy Morris. We're joined by Bloomberg's Red Brown. Red, let's start in the real estate sector, a stock we don't talk about all that often. Equinix, what do we need to know?
Yeah, no, you're right. It is one of those stocks we don't talk about maybe enough in their mind, but it's got attached to artificial intelligence, so we will be talking about it, of course. Down 10.6% this week. Shares actually fell 11% yesterday after the data center REIT gave disappointing long-term outlook. Gained some of that back today, but it's one of those things with any company that's been attached to AI. The expectations go way up. So even though the company forecast that the business would grow by 5% next year before accelerating to 9% by the end of the decade, investors punished it just because kind of below the expectations for around 7% growth this year. So one of those stories that we continue to see coming up when companies can't hit those lofty expectations once they are part of the AI crowd.
Absolutely. The Equinix ticker, by the way, EQIX. And moving to the travel and leisure industry, smooth sailing for one of the world's biggest cruise operators, Royal Caribbean. Yeah,
Royal Caribbean, the ticker on this one is RCL, hit record highs today and had its best week since January, up 13%. Carnival as well, following, actually ahead of Royal a little bit, but 14%, and then Norwegian lagging by about 5%. And really, it's Carnival that's driving these performance this week. They raised their guidance for a second time already this year. I spoke with the CFO of Carnival after their earnings event on Tuesday, and he said really no signs of demand slowing at all. Onboard spending still very strong. Cancellation rates are normal, and that's even with some of this geopolitical and economic jitters earlier this year. So really kind of, like you said, smooth sailing. All systems go for Royal Caribbean and the cruise industry in general.
And Red, any indication what's driving this demand?
Yeah, no, it seems like it's just that people still want to travel, and they're looking for a cheap alternative to maybe a hotel or a long flight, and cruises offer a really great option for people still to this day. It seems like there's still kind of around a 30% discount for cruising as compared to maybe a land-based getaway.
Yeah, going for the experiences and not just the stuff. And now finally a look at some clean energy. What's going on with Enphase Energy this week?
Enphase Energy, yes. This is a stock that's kind of been ping-ponged around over the last few weeks. The ticker on this one is ENPH. Down 7% today, but had a really strong week, up around 11%. Had it kept all of its gain, it would have had its best week since July of 2024. The reason that these stocks, Enphase for solar, some of these same names keep kind of bouncing around so much has to do with its solar energy has become this political football. So it seems like every time a new draft of the tax bill comes out, Republicans say either they're cutting the subsidies earlier than expected or they're going to be softer on the subsidies this time around. So for this week, it sounds like Republicans are going to be kinder to the clean energy industry than first expected, maybe keep some of these subsidies around longer than was feared. And yeah, we'll probably continue to see this situation in the future as they change their mind week to week about exactly what they'd like to do with clean energy.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.